We will now take a look at billing rules. For each project task, the billing process is defined by billing rules, which are defined on the billing rules form. For each billing rule, you can create steps of the following types: a single progress billing step to bill pending invoice amounts, or multiple time and materials steps to bill transactions by different account groups. In a single billing rule, you can mix these types of billing steps as well as create separate billing rules for each type of step. A time and materials step of a billing rule has a variety of settings, including the following: the account group that is used as a filter to select the transactions for billing by the time and material billing steps. The system selects all the transactions that are due for billing when the billing procedure is run. Normally, you use for billing the same account group or groups that you use for accumulating the unrecognized revenue. By running billing for these account groups, you recognize the revenue. Formulas to define the description of the invoice and each invoice line to make the system compose these descriptions dynamically during the billing process. Formulas to calculate the amount and quantity of the invoice lines created by the time and material billing steps. In these formulas, you can use fields and attributes from such entities as the project, project budget, project task, project transaction, customer, supplier, employee, inventory item, and account group. You can also use different sources of the project rates, those from the rate tables that can be configured on the rate tables form, and those from sales price lists that are defined on the sales prices form. The sources of the sales account and the destination branch for each invoice line. The billing process uses the originating branch from the project settings on the projects form and the destination branches from the sources according to the billing rules. When an accounts receivable invoice is released, the accounts receivable account is updated under the originating branch of the invoice, while the revenue amounts are recorded to the destination branches of the invoice lines. The invoice group to make the system create separate invoices for particular steps with the similar invoice group during the project billing. Either pro forma invoices or accounts receivable invoices, depending on the billing workflow of the project. During the billing process, the system groups the billable amounts into invoices by the following: the invoice group of the steps of the billing rules to which the project tasks refer, the customer location, the bill separately setting of each project task defined on the project tasks form. Non-billable transactions that do not contribute to the amount billed to the customer and that you may decide to include on the invoice. Grouping criteria by date, employee, supplier, and inventory item for the invoice lines created by the time and material billing steps. In the next video, we'll take a look at transaction-based billing.